Good evening and welcome to another Friday. It's 9 o'clock, it's quiz time. If you've been following us on Twitter or on Facebook, you should know we're about to start. So hopefully you've got a pen and paper, and you're all ready to go. You've wrote down 1 to 50 on your paper. This week we've got the first 20 questions on general knowledge, 2 other subjects with 10 questions each, and then we've got the picture round back. We didn't have a picture round last week. We didn't have time to do one, unfortunately. But it is back this week, so that's good. Let's get straight into it then. So there, as you can see, your first round is general knowledge. Question 1 then. What name is given to Earth's satellite? That's your first question on general knowledge and gets the ball rolling. So I hope your pen's working, because usually at this point, it's this when you start writing the first question or first answer. Oh, my pen's not working. I can't do nothing about that. Question 2. Who is the main crime fighter in Gotham City? I wonder. Oh, question 1 went by and I didn't give you the red counter. So there you go. Like that. So you got your red counter coming down. 3 seconds. And the next question. Number 3. In Monopoly, what colour are Bow Street, Marlborough Street and Vine Street? One for the Monopoly players there. To be honest, I've not played Monopoly for a long time. I'm not very good at it, if I'm honest. I never seem to have any money, a bit like real life then. Yeah. But even though I'd not played it for a long time, I actually still knew the colour. It's sad really, that, isn't it? You got that then? Very good. Question 4 it is then. On round 1, general knowledge. How many pins are on the back row in 10-pin bowling in the triangle? So as you're looking down the alley, you've got the triangle of pins. We're looking for what's on the back row. So obviously you've got 1 at the front, and then it goes back, and how many's at the back? That made sense, didn't it? I suppose if you play it quite often, you'll know this straight away. Like anything else, I guess. Question 5. Which beer is marketed as being the pride of Manchester? Question 6. Which country had a postage stamp first? So which country used postage stamps first? Remember, it's always worth a guess if you don't know. Question 7. What soft drink is advertised on TV with the slogan, "What's the worst that could happen"? What's the worst that could happen? Well, COVID and being locked down for about 12 months. Pretty worst that could happen. Question 8. In which sport might you use a pitching wedge? So in what sport would you use a pitching wedge? The weather's been freezing this last week, hasn't it? Definitely roll on summer. Question 9. The scientist Alexander Fleming is responsible for the invention of what drug? What medicine? I have to say medicine because if I said drug, some of the younger viewers might be thinking it's something else. Question 10. So what kind of building is Broadway in New York most famous for? So what buildings are on Broadway? What is there a lot of? So, question 11. What's the name of the wizard in Hobbit? In The Hobbit, it should say, I suppose. In The Hobbit, what's the name of the wizard? I'd like to see him kick Harry Potter's ass. Question 12. What is Prince Philip's other title? No, not that one. His proper one. Been called a few things in his time, but what's his actual title? Question 13, I'm looking for some. Who's the author of the famous novel Pride and Prejudice? So who wrote Pride and Prejudice? Question 14. The residual piece of on a ticket or a cheque. So you pull out a cheque and you leave a little piece of paper that you make a note on. What do we call it? Saying we write a cheque, who does that anymore? Not many. Question 15. Who became President of South Africa after spending many years in prison? Question 16 then. What's the name of a factory that turns crude oil into petrol? Or for our American viewers, gasoline. What's the name of the factory that turns crude oil into petrol? Which film is about a coal miner's son who takes up ballet dancing? So which film's about a coal miner's son who takes up ballet dancing? Well, somebody has to do it, don't they? Question 18. Who's the patron saint of Wales? I think we should have a bank holiday for every patron saint in the UK. It's not just because, obviously, I want extra holidays. It'd be nice to be a bit patriotic, wouldn't it? It should be done. Other countries do it. Question 19. How many pieces on a jigsaw puzzle have two straight sides? So on a jigsaw puzzle, how many pieces have two straight sides? And your last question on general knowledge. What is the name of the poltergeist in the Harry Potter series? Would you believe I've never watched any of the Harry Potter films? Don't know why. I just always thought it was for kids, I think, so I didn't bother. So it's time for a new subject. Yes, food and drink. The next 10 questions, food and drink. So as you can see now, the count is on 21, but the question's on 1, if that makes sense now. What's the name for squid cut into rings and fried in batter? So your total question counts 21 of 50 on the top there, you can see. But question 1 of food and drink. Now it's question 2. St James's Gate Brewery, founded in 1759, is famous for making what? Bit of a clue there. Did you miss it? Question 3. What's the largest vegetable? So think through them. And which do you think is the largest? Question number 4. What is the main ingredient of Japanese yakitori skewers? Japanese yakitori skewers. Any idea? Question 5 on food and drink then. What is the Hungarian word for pepper? It's actually a word we use in English, I suppose. Not confusing at all. Which cheese is traditionally used on pizzas? Did you have a pizza for your Friday night tea? Maybe you're eating one now as you're doing this. Question 7. What is the most famous Mexican beer? A few beer-related questions tonight. I must be thirsty. So, looking for a Mexican beer. Question number 8. In which country do they call a banana pisang? In which country do they call a banana pisang? Question number 9 on food and drink. From which country does pita bread originate? As you can see, we're on question 29 of 50 overall. This is number 9 on food and drink. Which country does pita bread originate? And your last question on food and drink then. What should you do in Arab countries to show that the food was delicious? Tradition to do what? I mean, you wouldn't want to offend anybody, would you? So, you've got to join in. So, time for another subject for another 10 questions on. Round 3 is animals. Question 1 on animals. What type of animal what type of animal is a booby? Yeah, I'm 52 years old this year and I still laugh at daft questions like that. I don't know. Bradley Walsh does as well, so I'm not the only one. Question 2. A flutter is the collective noun for which creature? What is the only venomous snake found in Britain? Now, no, there's going to be some of you out there going, what? There's snakes in Britain? Well, yeah, there is. I've actually seen them. Got the shock of my life. I was walking down a path in Wales, and there was one on the path right in front of me. Yeah, not the first thing I was expecting to see when I went out for a walk that day. I'm just glad the dog didn't see it. God knows what would have happened. How many hearts does an octopus have? So we know it's got 8 legs. How many hearts does it have? Question 5 on animals. True or false? Wild mice live for up to 10 years. Is that true or false? Question number 6 on animals. Who has the strongest bite in the United Kingdom? In the animal kingdom. So what animal's got the strongest bite? Question 7 on animals. A snail can sleep for how long? 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, or 3 years? I think my son's a snail. Question number 8. Arachnophobia is the fear of what? Now, I was going to be cruel when I did this question. I had I don't know, I had a strange thought of when it comes round to the answers, I was going to put one of these on the screen. Yeah, I thought it was probably a bad idea. Question 9. Which animal did the Guinness Book of World Records name as the most fearless animal? So, according to the Guinness Book of Records, this animal is frightened of nothing. It's like the Rambo of animals. And you know what? I know I've watched videos. I agree. Quite entertaining, to be honest. Right, your last one on questions on animals. Question 10. Which animal is the only animal with legs but can't walk with them? So this animal's got legs, but it can't walk with them, and it's the only animal. Strange, isn't it? So, we're on for another category, another subject. What's the subject, Sheldon? It's the pitch around, everybody's favourite. Oh, it's going to be an easy one, this one. Nice easy one this week. You should be aiming for all 10, really. If you get 8 or above, that'll be good. Less than that, you're sacked. So question 1 then. What TV show is that? Do you recognise the TV show? That is question 41 of 50. Question 2. What 80s band is that? Or who are they? Better known as. Don't they look all fine and dandy? Question 3. Oh, look at that. What car is it? I've actually owned 3 of them. 3 different ones. Didn't have one in that colour though, we've got to be honest. Question 4. Do you recognise that flag? Which country's flag is that? Maybe you've been there on holiday and you go, oh, I remember that. Or maybe you're just a smart ass and you know all the flags. That works too. Question 5. Name the brand. So you're on a night out, you look across and there's a guy got a shirt on and that's on his shirt. What make is it? That there is a country. What country is it? Do you recognise it? It looks like blood spatter. I think I've been watching too many crime documentaries. Question 7 then. Ooh. Do you recognise that? Whose emblem is that? There's not really a lot I can say about that without giving the game away, so I won't. Because it won't be a very good quiz if I give you all the answers. Maybe you'd like that, I don't know. Question 8. What movie is that the poster for? So that would be probably the VHS or the DVD cover. Obviously it'd have writing on as well, but I've removed the writing because I'm good like that. But do you still know what film it is? Quite a popular film. Question 9. Another one of them. Can you name the TV show from them people? And that was 49. You're now on 50 of 50 questions. Name the meal. What is that? What's that dish? What would you call it? So as I said, that is 50 of 50. I hope you did okay with that. If you've missed any of the questions, for whatever reason, maybe somebody were talking or whatever, I'm going to do this for you. Look at that. So that was your first round, which was general knowledge. 20 questions there. If there's any of them you missed, I'll just give you a second. You can quickly write down the answer or reread the question that you missed. I put these on simply because when I used to do quizzes with the family, my mum, my wife and the kids, my dad, we always missed a question or two for whatever reason. I mean, we was drinking, I've got to be honest, so it could be drink related. We always miss one, and nobody ever showed you, so it was, you know, not very good. So now you've got that one. I'll just show you the rest of the questions quickly. Round 2, just food and drink. I'll get rid of myself. Food and drink, they're the 10 questions, and then 10 questions on animals. I just run through them. Make sure you've got something written in every box, even if it's just a guess. I mean, if you don't put anything, you're definitely getting nothing. If you put something in, well, you never know. You've got a chance to get something out of it. Okay then, are you ready? Have you all been to the toilet? You got another drink? It's Friday night after all. I think it's time we did the answers. If you're not quite ready yet and people have gone to the toilet, pause the video now and you can carry on from here when they get back. For those that are busting to get to the questions and not to the toilet, here's the answer to our first general knowledge question. Number 1. The Earth's satellite is, of course, the Moon. So every planet has satellites, not the kind of satellites that you get global satellite positioning and sky television from. No, the satellites are actually moons. Question 2. The main crime fighter in Gotham City is, of course, Batman. Believe it or not, Gotham, the people who brought Batman to us, they come up with the name Gotham because they looked in the phone book and they saw a listing in the phone book for Gotham Jewelers. And that was it. Gotham City was born. In Monopoly, Bow Street, Marlborough Street and Vine Street are orange. The board game has been going now since 1935. Good stuff. Causing many, many arguments. The amount of pins on the back row of a 10-pin bowling triangle is 4, which might surprise a few people. But if you draw it down on a piece of paper, it makes sense. Question 5. Boddington's is the pride of Manchester, or at least it was. You don't see much of it now. Question 6. The country that had postage stamps first was Britain. And, of course, you must have heard the name Penny Black and the fact it costs a lot of money now for collectors, and that is why, because it is the first stamp we did on the 1st of May 1840. In fact, it's worth a lot of money because I think it was only in circulation for about 6 days or something. It wasn't a lot. I think they come the penny blue or something after it. Penny something anyway. Question 7. What's the worst that can happen is the slogan for Dr. Pepper. Question 8. You will use a pitching wedge in golf. It's usually the club that you'll use to lift the ball onto the green. The approach shot for the golfers. Question 9. The scientist Alexander Fleming penicillin. Did you know that? It was invented by accident, actually, because he got mould. He had some petri dishes there where he had some bacteria in that. It was working with bacteria, and it got mould on it, and he noticed the mould actually killed the bacteria. And he thought, that could be handy. And it is. Antibiotics. Question 10, sorry. Broadway is full of theatres. Question 11. Wizard in The Hobbit is Gandalf. Question 12. Prince Philip is also known as the Duke of Edinburgh, of course. You may have wrote something else. Shame on you. And Jane Austen wrote Pride and Prejudice. Of course she did. And the piece of paper that's left in the ticket book, once you rip a ticket out, or a cheque, is just known as the stub. And Nelson Mandela became the President of South Africa after spending many years in prison. There's hope for all of us. A factory that turns crude oil into petrol is a refinery. It's not a petrol station. Question 17. Billy Elliot was the son of a coal miner who decided he's not going to be a coal miner like his dad. Nah. He's going to dance for a living. Question 18. The patron saint of Wales is, of course, St David. And all those in Wales are wondering how anybody would not know that. Man, you're saying that I live in England and there's loads of people that don't know when St George's Day is, but there you go. Apparently St David was a teetotal and a vegetarian. If that's what it takes to be a saint, I've no chance. Question 19. How many pieces on a jigsaw have two straight sides? It's 4, isn't it? It's the corner pieces we were looking for, and of course there's 4 corners. On a regular jigsaw anyway. I know they've done the fancy ones now. Question 20, your last one on general knowledge. The poltergeist in Harry Potter apparently is called Peeves. Maybe peevish? No idea. So the next subject. You're now going to get your answers to your food and drink questions. Calamari. That's the name for squid cut into rings and fried in batter. Number 2, and I did give you a clue actually. As I read the question, I held up my glass, which as you can see, has Guinness on it. It's not got Guinness in it. I've not got none in. But yeah, Guinness is the answer. Question 3. The largest vegetable is a pumpkin. Did you get that? You didn't, did you? And Japanese yakitori skewers, the main ingredient is chicken. Chicken. I believe, not that it's got anything to do, I don't know why this reminded me of it. I'm thinking of Kentucky Fried Chicken, but Walker's Crisps are now doing Kentucky Fried flavoured crisps. According to Absolute Radio anyway. What is the Hungarian word for pepper? No, it's paprika. That's not confusing at all, is it? Question 6. Mozzarella cheese is what goes on pizzas. And the famous Mexican beer, very topical, is Corona. You know, when all this started with the coronavirus, I went to, obviously I was off work because we're all locked down, and I thought I'm not being locked down with no beer, so I went to get some beers. As you remember, the sun was shining, so we're going to be sitting in the garden. I thought I'll have a few beers. And I went, and the aisles were just crates, empty crates. There was no beer on the whole of the aisle in Morrison's. And right at the end was a full pallet of Corona. Nobody had touched it. Unbelievable. How stupid are some people? In which country do they call a banana a pisang? It's Malaysia. If you got that, well done, because that's not an easy question. Question 9. Pita bread originates from Greece. I'll bet there's a lot of people put India for that one. Question 10. Well, apparently, if you've enjoyed your meal in the Arab countries, it's okay to belch. It's not considered rude. You're showing the host that the food was actually delicious. Nice. So your next 10 questions, or 10 answers, will be for the animal round. A booby? No, it's not that. It's a seabird related to the gannet. So it's probably a greedy booby. And a flutter is exactly what you'd think it'd be. It's a collective noun for butterflies. Ah. And the only venomous snake found in Britain is the adder. Yep. Question 4 on animals. An octopus has 3 hearts. That's just showing off, really, isn't it? Now, this is quite sad. Wild mice only live for 4 months. You see, and there's you, when you see one in the house, because it's come in and it's cold outside, it wants to be warm, you want to put traps down and kill it. Oh, they only live 4 months anyway. Stop being tight. Question 6. The strongest bite in the animal kingdom is a saltwater crocodile. So you don't want to be getting chomped on by them. So a snail, it can sleep for 3 years. That's unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. I thought my son was pretty good, but even he can't do 3 years. Maybe 2. Arachnophobia is the fear of spiders. I was going to put a big one on the screen, frighten you. But no, that'd be cruel. Question 9. The Guinness Book of World Records, the most fearless animal is the honey badger. Now, there's quite a few videos on YouTube of the honey badger. Honest to God, you want to see them. They fight lions and snakes and absolutely everything. They don't care. They really don't care. Fantastic. Question 10 on animals. Bit weird, this, isn't it? The hummingbird, it's got legs, but it can't walk. So apparently its legs are absolutely tiny. So small, they can't even move them. So a bit of a design flaw there. Right, your last one. Did you get, as I expected, at least 8 of these 10 on pictures? The TV show there, if you've not watched it, it's definitely worth a watch. It might take you... It's one of them, it takes a few episodes to get into it because it's a bit of a slow start, but once it starts, oh my God, every episode, it's unbelievable. Breaking Bad. 80s band. Duran Duran. Remember? Simon Le Bon and friends. And the car is the Ford Capri in mega orange. I'm not even sure that were a colour they did at the time. I don't know. Might have been sprayed, that one. And that flag is the Greek flag. There you go. Question 5. Obviously that's Lacoste. A saltwater crocodile with the hardest bite in the world. Or maybe it's just an alligator. Norway is the blood spatter. And number 7. It's the Scouts. Dib dib dib. Not as popular now as it was back in the day. It's not cool anymore, is it? But it's a shame, really, because it gets you out, a bit of camping, a bit of lighting fires and all the rest of it. Can't beat it. And that movie poster is from Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal Lecter. And the TV show again is Stargate SG-1. You can actually see the Stargate in the background there, so if you didn't get it, you're useless. I tried to help you. I don't know. If anybody got that wrong, I swear I'm going to be really upset. Name the meal. It's Toad in the Hole. Never did understand that. Where's the toad and where's the hole? It's a stupid name. I don't get it. Should we just call sausages something? Maybe that's just me. But that is 50 of 50. Let me know how you got on. That's all, folks. Let me know how you get on. Put in the comments your scores. Nobody will laugh at you. I mean, just for having a go, you know, you did better than most, because most people didn't even see the quiz and have a go, did they? Because, well, they're silly. So if you got only 10, I don't care. Well done. Brilliant. If you've not done so already, as you can see, have a look on Facebook there, Sheldon's Fun Quiz, or on Twitter, Sheldon's Fun Quiz. Keep it simple. And get the, you know, follow that or like the page, and that way you'll keep up to date with all the quizzes that get loaded onto YouTube. As I put them on YouTube, I'll put the link on Twitter and Facebook as well, so you will be warned. I usually put a post on about an hour and a half before to let you know it's going to be happening tonight, and then I post the actual link to the video at 9 o'clock tonight, or obviously on a Tuesday. So yeah, join that and you'll not miss a thing again. If you want to do for the older quizzes, if you've missed a few, if you've only just started watching, the rest of the quizzes that we've done are there on the channel. You can watch them anytime you like, as this one. And then we've finished with this one. You can watch it again if you like. You can share it with somebody, ask a friend to do it, see how many they got out of the 50, and you know, challenge your friends. Maybe tell them you've got a great score. Maybe you got 35. Tell them to beat it. Let me know. Anyway, that's your lot for this week, and I'll see you again on Tuesday. Hope you did well, and I hope you stay safe. Stay away from COVID, and I will see you next time.